Hello and welcome to Openboosters. I've been playing Magic Duels online for a while now, and I'm really remembering how much I hated being mana screwed and having my opponent being mana screwed. It really sucks. And mana screwed is basically you got a whole bunch of spells in your hand. Yay! But not enough on the board. Your discard pile is piling up. He's hitting you with stuff because he can cast spells, and you just keep drawing more and more spells. Crazy, right? The reverse of that, you just have way too much land. It's just like non-stop, and then you keep drawing land, and you just keep drawing land. It's just turns out to be a really boring game. If it happens to your opponent, the game's terrible. If it happens to you, the game's terrible. It's just, I mean, what was the point of that? So, a homebrew game started circulating in 93, 95 called Tome Magic, or Lands Everywhere, and we're going to be discussing how to play that today, and I think that'll be very enjoyable. It eliminates being mana screwed, basically. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoy this, and let's get started. Tome Magic, or Lands Everywhere Magic, starts with a tome and lands. So now that you have your tome, what goes in it? So what goes in it are artifacts. Woot! Artifacts can go in there. 9.5 Mox Jet. Interrupts and instances can go in there. 9 Unsettling, 9.5 or Evolve. This is Sacrifice. Stream of Life with Sorcery can go in there as well. 9.5 on everything, 10 on Surface. Walls go in there. Yes, they do. 9.5 on corners and edges. Surface is a 10. 9 on centering. Creatures can go in there. Orcus Artillery. 9.5 on everything except for surface was a 10. Alright, now there is one basic rule for the lands pile. Right here. The rule is that it can supply 1 mana and any negative effect. That's the rule. If it can go in here, so it has to only supply 1 mana, or a mana and a negative effect. So pain lands would be okay. So like for instance, the mountain can go in there because it's a basic land. It supplies only 1 red mana. It's a pristine 10. We've got Tundra. He can go in there as well. Even though he's a dual land, he can go in there because he only supplies 1 mana. City of Brass can go in there as well. Now he can do it point of damage to you, but it's a negative effect, so he can go in there as well. And it's up to the players, because this is homeroom, this is not like Wizards of the Coast sanctioned or anything like that, of what a negative effect is. And if you can use or exploit that negative effect, well, that's just fine. So what other lands have to go in here is like Library of Alexandria. I do not know if that's a real signature. I just picked it up a long time ago. It is a real Library of Alexandria, so it can go in this pile, the tome. And then the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale can also go in this side as well. So there's that. Your starting hand is 4 cards from this side and 3 cards from this side. During your draw phase, you can choose whether you're going for your tome or going for your lands. However, if a card or effect is actually going on them, it makes you draw more cards, then you get to you don't get to choose the second card. You have to alternate between the cards, such as Howling Mine. Howling Mine lets you that forces players to actually draw 1 extra card each turn. So therefore you choose the creatures, but then the next card must come from your land pile. Now, in the event that all your lands are gone, you're still alive. If your lands are gone, but now you only have 1 pile to choose from, and you just keep going from here. But if you ever run out of these, then you are gone. You lose the game. Other phases of the game that cause you to actually draw a card, such as Ancestral Recall if it's cast during the main phase, or cast during when you're actually attacking, because it is actually an instant. But you have to choose where you start. So you draw 3 cards, you can start from here, but then you have to go to your lands. Or you can start from your lands, and then the second card would have to come from here. And that is how that is done. If a card causes you to draw like a brand new hand, like Wheel of Fortune, you have to choose where you start. And then you just draw like alternate as well. And then if you run out of lands, you can just keep going through there. Cards such as Millstone that force you to actually discard cards, you, the player, get to choose which top of the library that you get to choose from. So you can choose either your Tome or you can choose from your lands. Now be careful by discarding all your lands if they have a land destruction deck. Ta-da! And da-da! They might be holding it back and you discard all your lands, you won't have any lands. Then they blow it all up. So, you get to choose where you get to discard from, either the lands or the Tome. Either way, it's your choice. If anything lets you actually just look at the top of your library and you get to manipulate your library, like putting them on the bottom of your deck or actually pulling them into your hand. Yeah, that's considered like a scrying. Scrying can work on either. You actually get to choose which pile you get to scry from. If an opponent gets to scry into your actual library, he actually gets to choose which pile he wishes to scry from. It's just the way it is. Alright, so there's that for scrying. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed Tome Magic, or Lands Everywhere Magic. If you know it by another name, just post it below. It just circulated for a while, back in 1993, 1995. So, yeah, I play Magic Origins all the time, and then when I start getting mana screwed, I get fed up and head over to Hearthstone because you don't get mana screwed over there. But this kind of eliminates that, and it makes it a little more enjoyable, and a little more fun, and a little bit faster to play. So I hope you enjoyed. This is Openboosters, and have a nice day.